Alright, let's slow down for a second. If you're listening to this, you don't really need to do anything. You need to focus on the game or not. I mean, it's your choice. Definitely don't focus on what I'm saying. Just sit with it. Grab a coffee, tea, water if you prefer that, or whatever you've got. This is not going to be a motivational talk, and it isn't something polished. It's just me thinking out loud while Minecraft plays in the background. I've been thinking about anticipation lately. It's a strange feeling, hard to explain, but very familiar in a way. I mean, anticipation, just the term seems very positive, right? I mean, Merriam Webster or Oxford would define it as looking forward to something, waiting for something good. But is it that simple? Because the same thing that excites us also kind of unsettles us. I mean, think about it, right? A date you're looking forward to, an exam result, an acceptance letter from a university that you really want. There's excitement, sure, but there's also this tension, a quiet anxiety in a way. The constant checking of your phone, even though you know nothing has changed in the last 5 minutes. Let's get a bit personal. I remember my first date. I was excited, but also very terrified. Not because I expected something bad to happen, but because I cared. I wanted to make a good impression. I wanted it to mean something. And I think that's where anticipation really lives, in the gap between wanting something and not knowing how it'll turn out. Aside from the personal note, I mean, let's look at the term philosophically, just for the sake of it, for the plot as well. Philosophically, anticipation is often described as a way of relating to the future. We imagine something ahead of us. Not clearly, not fully, just enough to move towards it. Edmund Husserl talked about this idea that we act towards the goal that exists only in a vague form at first. We don't know what that look like, but we still orient ourselves towards them. And I like that because it feels honest. We rarely know what we're moving towards, and we rarely know about it with certainty. Most of the time, we're just walking in a direction that feels right, filling in the details as we go. Anticipation isn't really about control, it's about openness, I'd say. The ability to think, the ability to adapt, the ability to just keep on moving forward. Some philosophers talk about time not as something fixed, but as something unfolding. The present isn't closed, the future isn't fully written. And I think in that space, anticipation becomes more than just waiting. It becomes something that quietly shapes our choice, how we prepare, how we hesitate, at times how we hope. But here's the part I keep going back to. We spend so much time trying to escape this feeling of anticipation that we often try to distract ourselves from it. We rush past it, zoom past it. We tell ourselves that once the moment arrives, once we get the answer, or the result, or the closure, or once we see what is past the door, once we climb up that hill, once we see the mountain, once we see the summit, everything will settle down. And to be honest with you, sometimes it does. It really does. But then something else appears on the horizon. Past that hill, past that summit. You gotta get down, past the door. over the wall. Another thing to wait for, another uncertainty, another quiet tension. So maybe, just maybe, anticipation isn't something that just goes away. Maybe it's just part of caring, part of being invested in your own life. And maybe that discomfort isn't a sign that something is wrong. Maybe it's proof that something matters to you. So if you're in that space right now, waiting, hoping, unsure, yeah, you don't need a fix. Maybe just acknowledge it. Let it exist without trying to silence it. Let it be a part of the process, not an obstacle to it. There's this song by the Beatles. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. Let it be. In a very beautiful way, John Lennon during the chorus says, "In times of trouble, Mother Mary calls to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be." So maybe just let it be. I think we as humans cannot escape the feeling of anticipation. So that's all there is. That's all there is to it. That's all I think is what constitutes anticipation. And that's what I thought. That's what I wanted to share while the world kept moving in the background, while I heard my clock ticking in my ear. Time does not erode away the feeling of anticipation. Maybe we don't have to let it erode away, because it shows that we are human and we care. And at the end of the day, being kind and caring about these things is what really matters to me. On that note, we'll stop. Thank you for spending this time with me. And